Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Gretchen Sassenrath, K-State research agronomist at the Southeast Research Extension Center, joins us. And Gretchen, you've been a part of research funded by the Kansas Soybean Commission that showed many benefits when planting a mustard cover crop.
The mustard, first of all, it's not the weed mustard. This mustard has high glucosinolate concentration, and the glucosinolate improves the soil microbes and controls some of the biological pests that occur in the soil, and it does this naturally. So the glucosinolates reduce the amount of fungus that causes charcoal rot. That's what we've been focusing on with this research. We find by using the cover crop, the mustard cover crop, we see a reduction in the amount of fungus, this macrophyllina, that causes charcoal rot. We actually didn't see a difference in soybean yield with using the mustard, but we saw a huge reduction in the amount of charcoal rot disease that was present both in the soil and in the plant. Charcoal rot is an endemic disease in southeast Kansas. It occurs under wet conditions, and we certainly have that in southeast Kansas. It is everywhere. It's in all the soil. It's kind of a natural ingredient of our soils. And so we don't always have a particular outbreak of it that's causing a yield reduction. The past couple of years have been kind of mild for it, but it's always there. And what we've seen with using this mustard cover crop, it will reduce the amount of fungus that causes the charcoal rot disease.
In so many ways, you could look at this as really a holistic approach.
That is exactly right. It's kind of like you want to keep yourself healthy, and then you'll be more immune to colds and flu that come around. That's exactly what this is. It's building the soil up and allowing the microbes in the soil to be healthier and support the soybean production better.
We had mentioned this project was funded by the Kansas Soybean Commission, but I also know you had other funding revenue sources as well and help on this project.
USDA also provides funding for this. I'd also really like to recognize my collaborators, especially plant pathologist Chris Little. He does a lot of the work with counting the colony-forming units and identifying the bacteria, and also Shamal Lin and Craig Ruzaboom, both in agronomy at K-State.
All right, Gretchen, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That is Gretchen Sassenrath, K-State Research Extension agronomist at the Southeast Research Extension Center, who joins us on the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Hope you enjoyed this week's Kansas Soybean Update. Stay with us after the break for more with Kyle Bauer and Bart Ruth.
What if U.S. soybean oil were an industry sensation? If end users started asking for it by name? That future is here, the time is now. To meet customer demands, the Soybean Checkoff is investing in varieties that produce oil with increased functionality. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
All over the country, more and more communities are making the change to biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil, and the decision continues, improving the health and welfare for millions of Americans while adding billions to our national economy.